straight. And if anybody can just sit on it and just wait for it, they're going to crush it. So for me, it's got to be landing his secondaries, first strikes, specifically his changeup. If he can land his slider, that would be nice. His curveball, he's always kind of had, but I don't know if it's something he can show too often, just because that's just the nature of curveballs. What might need to happen, and this is something where maybe Blake Snell helps him with this, is he simplifies his pitch mix. Go and just do 3 really good pitches, figure them out, find a good, way to attack hitters with those 3 pitches. What's your setup? What's your punch pitch? Figure that out, and then you can expand from there. Blake Snell's nasty because his stuff is nasty. He's not afraid to throw it.
Yeah.
Bobby Miller kind of needs to sit in that same zone. Your stuff is nasty, but don't get too big. Keep it small, keep it simple, and let your stuff speak for itself.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he's going to be as bad as last year. I don't know if he's necessarily as good as his rookie season, because that was like the stuff there was disgusting, but he's someone that I'm going to be looking at carefully for what does he look like on the mound. Stats be damned. I don't care if he gives up 1 million home runs. Is that changeup landing? Is he able to at least get a batter looking on like an early count slider? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff. So that's what I'm looking for from Bobby Miller.
And consistency. We heard a lot from prospects experts about the difficulties he had. He was dominant throwing out of a stretch, but then you get some runners on, out of a windup, and then coming out of a stretch, the stuff was worse. Kind of redefining that, getting better at that. Maybe that helps with what you're saying, kind of eliminating way too many pitches that he has. You could try to mix in other things here and there. I mean, some of the best in the world have gotten away with having 1 or 2 pitches throughout their career. Kershaw.
Granted, it's Clayton Kershaw, but dude's got 3 pitches.
It's pretty good. He also has immaculate command over the course of his career, and that's something Bobby Miller hasn't had always working in his favor. But yeah, in the same way, like I'm saying, Dustin May is like an important piece for them to figure out, because if he's good and he can somehow stay healthy, and that's the one thing you can't project, of course, but if he's able to stay healthy, it just can make that Dodgers rotation that much better. And there's already so much talent that it would take injuries for him to sneak in and get some sort of postseason start. We've seen Bobby Miller get a postseason start. We don't need to talk about the results of that postseason start, but he was pretty serviceable at a time this team needed him in 2023. And I like Brandon Gomes kind of giving me some hope when recently talking about Bobby Miller, saying the shoulder was kind of a little bit more banged up than they would let us to believe, which is shocking, the Dodgers not being open and honest about pitchers' injuries, just injuries in general. If Bobby can be one of those dudes who comes back and becomes a weapon for this team, like we've talked a little bit about the idea of him being a bullpen arm. I don't see that future for him, but I do see a future of not everybody's going to be healthy to start the season, and
he's going to have to pitch some meaningful innings at some point.
He's going to have to pitch some meaningful innings. He's going to need to stay healthy, and he's going to need to be ready to kind of ride that AAA Express a few times here and there, because he's one of the guys who can, as we're Dustin May. Not in that same, I don't think he has that same luxury. Same with Tony, I think, does not have that same luxury. So, Bobby along with Len.
Gonsolin has one more option.
Ooh, that might really, really work against Tony Gonsolin.
That's according to Fangraphs, by the way. So,
okay.
In case anybody says I'm wrong, blame them.
Hashtag not a sponsor is Fangraphs. I'm going to take a quick pause here to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. It's the easiest place to play all your fantasy sports, and now it's proudly helping support us here at the All Dodgers podcast. But if you are somebody who likes to make some picks on your favorite team, your favorite sports as well, Underdog Fantasy offers a unique approach to fantasy sports with a simple pick'em style format. You probably saw it going on in this little bug here to, I guess it's my left, screen right. Anyways, it's a simple pick'em style format. It's super easy. All you do is pick higher or lower on between 2 and 8 players, and you can win up to 325 times your entry. This bug said 100 times. with our promo code this all Dodgers. It's 325X. Using that promo code all Dodgers, new users also get a free pick and up to $1,000 in bonus cash, which I hear, according to sources, is just as good as money. Here are my picks. This is what I'm rolling with for Super Sunday. I am an Eagles fan, as you can see. When it comes to football, Dodgers fan, all other sports, because that's the only other thing that matters is baseball. But anyways, I have a lot of birds locked in on my plays there. But sign up at underdogfantasy.com today. Download the app or click the link in the description below. Use that promo code all Dodgers for your free pick and up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Thank you for hearing me out, and now we're going to get back into it. Yeah, Bobby Miller. I mean, it's the funny thing is we're looking at these players, we're looking at this, and I think all of it, both of us kind of went all kind of outside looking in, sort of the fringy guys. We're not sitting here saying what we're actually going to be doing, which is watching Mookie Betts play shortstop. I'm sorry, I had to get it in there. I had to get one in there. We're not talking about Shohei in this situation because, yeah, of course, everybody, the world's watching Shohei, but looking at those final 2 or 3 spots in the roster, and those are the important things that kind of, these guys in particular, shape a lot more than just that final roster spot. This isn't like, you know, I mean, if Anthony Banda flames out this year, it's not that huge of a deal because you could plug somebody else in there. But if Dustin May doesn't flame out, now you have another tough conversation, whether it be with him or somebody else. Scotty G saying he's got options and the luxury of a stacked rotation, no pressure, and some awesome mentors. By the way, I was trying to find the whole thing where Blake Snell said he was going to mentor Bobby Miller. Yeah, I didn't see the quote anywhere. I don't know what he said or where I know where he said it. It was at FanFest, but I don't know what exactly he said. Not that it's important, but I mean, Blake Snell, if I'm talking to Blake Snell about something as Bobby Miller, it's some of them brain gremlins too, because Blake Snell's been through some shit in his career. He won a Cy Young and then went out and posted a 4.5 ERA, and people are saying, oh, Blake Snell is done, he's trash, all this kind of stuff. All he wants to do is play video games. Getting a little bit of brain help. Maybe that goes and helps Bobby Miller also.
Yeah, I'm glad, like you said, Blake Snell's around. I not even low-key, high-key wish Buehler was still around because I think there are parallels that each player is kind of going down right now. I think you got guys who want to rely on their four-seam fastball but probably can't at this point unless Bobby Miller picks up some insane spin and IVB that he just doesn't have right now. But, you see Buehler getting it done with his secondary stuff and still having that FU mentality on the mound. I think that's something that Bobby Miller definitely has and can have, but he needs to find it. And, Blake Snell has been through it. He's been doubted a lot in his career, specifically with innings limits and protecting his arm. But also he also gets it done with nasty stuff, but without giving up home runs, which is something that we know plagues Bobby Miller, because when he does give up a home run, everything just kind of unravels really fast. So I do like that, there are a lot of good vets around him, not just Blake Snell. You are going to have the benefit of Clayton Kershaw. Shohei Ohtani's a guy that, I don't know what relationship they have, but he's a guy who's been there, done that with some disgusting stuff. There's a lot of resources he's got, and I hope he utilizes them because we've seen the highs of Bobby Miller, and we want that to be, his trajectory forward. Because I would love for Bobby Miller to be, a staple in this rotation for the next 3. I think he's got 3 more years of team control.
Man, it's funny sitting here, and all of these just feel very much like first world problems. But if Bobby Miller is in this rotation, it just feels like something somewhere went wrong because Shohei, Blake Snell, Roki Sasaki, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow.
Oh yeah, I forgot Tyler Glasnow was on the team.
He forgot Tyler Glasnow, forgot Kirby Yates. Guys, we are locked in and ready. Honestly, we're ready for the the off season to be over.